Hi, my name is Kieran Mital, and I have lived most of my life in Orange County, California. I decided to apply to Northeastern because I had heard great things about it from friends, and going to the East Coast was exactly the change of pace I wanted in college. When I first got my acceptance letter for the NUN program, to be honest, I didn't really know what to expect. I was excited that I had gotten to one of my top schools, confused on why I had to go to another country for my first semester. My greatest worry before departing was the thought of leaving my friends and family for such a long time. I had been away from them before, but nothing on the scale of this. I reminded myself that leaving home is a step in life that I would need to get over with. And hey, I finally get to leave the bubble that is Orange County, California. I didn't know a lot about Ireland. I knew that the weather is terrible and leprechauns are a thing there, but other than that, I thought it was just that island next to the United Kingdom. I knew that I was taking an Irish Life and Cultures class, so I was excited at the opportunity to learn more about Ireland beyond just rain and leprechauns. The classes I was enrolled in at Dublin Business School were college writing, business calculus, economic perspectives, Irish life and culture, and global experience. The first week of school with the class orientations made me feel like even though my situation was so different from most other freshmen going to Northeastern, I was still getting a proper freshman education. The walk to school every morning was only bad for like the first couple days, so I got used to it. It was strange living in a city at first. Orange County, California is a lot more spread out and residential, and I'd lived there for most of my life, so I'd never experienced real city life before. Dublin is a strange place on top of that. I remember being weirded out that there were multiple pubs on literally every street, and that the River Liffey kept changing depth. One of the first and arguably one of the best trips I'd been on was the Group 1 Sligo trip. Doing all the cool hikes and seeing the view from Queen Maeve's cairn was surreal, even if it was pouring rain at some points. Surfing was the most amazing thing I had done on the entire trip, and a great reminder of living back in California. The trip was awesome, and I'll never forget lying on the roof of the Eco Lodge looking out at the clearest night sky I'd ever seen. You don't see stars that clear in California. For my reading week trip, my friends and I planned to visit Rome, Paris, and Amsterdam. I'd been to all three cities before, but it was much different doing it without following my parents everywhere. Rome was the first city, and it was as amazing as I'd remembered. It was also nice living in a country where the weather was warm, and I could comfortably wear shorts without freezing to death. Paris was the next stop. Just like Rome, the food was amazing, and the sights equally so. The Eiffel Tower is a lot taller than it looks, especially when you have to climb all the way up. The last stop on our trip was Amsterdam. We were only there for 2 days, but I was amazed at the structuring of the city. The canals were very interesting, and it was cool seeing so many people riding bikes and walking everywhere. I'd say the strangest feeling overall I had on my reading week trip was coming back to Blackhall and feeling like I was coming back home. One of the key parts of the Global Experience program is service learning, where Justin and I were assigned to assist in marketing for a local Irish nonprofit called Friends of the Elderly. Their mission is to improve the lives of elderly individuals who are feeling lonely and segregated from their local communities. We created a Yelp page for their secondhand clothing store so that they could reach out to more customers. We also managed the organization's Facebook and Twitter profiles and even helped to create a seasonal newsletter. One of the greatest memories I had in Dublin was Husky Hunt. I was on a team with some extremely committed guys, and I did some pretty crazy things. Husky Hunt helped me to get to know the city really well, and even some basic history. It was also really cool to meet up with the NUN UCD kids. Our team ended up winning the Husky Hunt, which was extremely exciting. Husky Hunt was awesome, and I can't wait to do the real one next year. Overall, I have no regrets about choosing to spend my first semester of college with the NUN program. I know that it is an experience that I'll keep close to my heart for the rest of my life, and I felt privileged to have been given the opportunity. I take home with me an enlightened idea of the culture of Ireland, thanks to Dr. Casey, and much knowledge from my other courses. I will be departing Dublin with mixed emotions and sad about leaving the city I've grown to love, but excited for what is in store for me at Northeastern Boston.